So the purpose of Women10x is to create an online ecosystem. And by that, we mean a space, a digital space where HR, DE&I, and business leaders can congregate to discuss things that have worked, strategies and ideas that have worked within their organizations. So to share them with other companies on a global scale, to be able to then kind of advance the dial on gender diversity within energy. What we think will be really powerful is that people can go back to their own organizations with a suggested strategy, and they can actually say, rather than this is my strategy, they can say, this is what worked for this organization, and here are some metrics they shared around how it worked. So they've got a really then compelling business case to kind of reuse those strategies within their own organizations.
I think that Women10x can affect change and influence the energy system because it is a global platform, and it's about learning, and it's about sharing and collaboration. And those are the most important things to have any real effective change. You can write it down, but until you implement it, until you have people talking, you don't get the kind of change, the lasting change that we really need to make a difference in this particular industry and having women in this industry. You know, in the Congress we held here in Calgary in 2023, it was amazing to see conversations, just conversations between people from different walks of life, different cultures, different backgrounds. And that understanding is the foundation to be able to move forward and make change and develop the solutions to problems we have globally. This is no different. Women in industry is another issue that we have. And by having this platform, this is where we're going to be able to affect lasting and long change.
What motivated me to attend Women10x is that 10x is really about sharing experiences and learning so that we can accelerate change. Through this community, we can make things happen faster when we learn from each other.
I think being able to show that we're collaborative, that we know how to connect, and we know how to build a community are ways that we can actually amplify what 10x is doing, what others are doing. And so to me, that's the most important part and that's why conferences are important, or connections like this are important, is so we can actually find different ways to innovate to support women. So who Women10x is for is, and what our purpose is we're for the industry. We're actually for the energy industry. Our motivation and our purpose is to really move the whole industry to a whole different place as far as how it attracts talent and creates workplaces for everyone. And that is specifically including workplaces for women. And so who we're for, who are members of our Women10x ecosystem are associations, because associations have an obligation to actually help lift the company members that they have into the next level of operation, whether it's the clean energy transition, the talent acquisition, the brand reputation. So we are here to serve the sector. So we want the associations, but we also want companies involved. We want the companies to bring the people in their organization that have the authority and the capability and the passion to be change agents. So who are those people? They're the business leaders, they're the HR leaders, and they're the culture and inclusion leaders. So they are the people who can actually influence change inside of the companies. And then the other people that we want is, we are not a women's organization. There are so many amazing women's organizations out there. We need to actually give them a place to elevate the voices of their members into a space where they can talk to these change agents. What do their organization members need that are serving the sector? And so then they can actually have a place in this ecosystem as well to put in their requests, put in their ideas, put in their challenges to help actually have a dialogue and a conversation with the people who have the power to drive the change.
So we're really looking forward to our next Congress. The next WPC Energy Congress will be in April 2026 in Riyadh, and there will be a very large Women in Industry program there. So the Saudi Arabian country has a really interesting story around women in energy, and they through their Vision 2030, have put a target of having 30% penetration of women in the workforce, and they've already achieved that 5 years early. We are really excited to see where Women10x will be in terms of membership and in terms of the sort of activity on our platform come next April 2026. And it will form a big part of our Women in Industry program at the Congress. And we just hope to see everyone there.